Back to the
All
facility.
right, and we are, yep, back out of hell.
Cool, cool. Depressing, cool. Oh, gosh.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way.
So yeah, we cannot close it from this side.
Rageguy is trying to access Olivia's files. If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information. That's all for now.
So yeah, Doomguy is the only like person to go to hell and back. Now, Hayden has, but he's a robot.
Right. I mean, he's like, to quote Bender, he's like 40% robot. No, he's more like 98% robot.
It's just his brain, and even then, it's probably not blood going through that brain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm a massive nerd, so I'm just going to point this out. These fires are either contained within the facility or they are being fueled by their own setup, because Mars's atmosphere is really thin. I don't think it could support fire like this without, like, considerable... I don't know. I know I'm being, like, super pedantic, but... yeah. Then again, they've done so much work on this planet. I wouldn't be surprised if it has a thicker atmosphere just from the industrial greenhouse effect alone. Now that I think
We
about
know
it.
that was not the case in Doom 3, since whenever you went outside, you had a limited amount of oxygen.
Ah.
But that was Doom 3, and this is 2016.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, the fact you have had any oxygen in Doom 3 speaks volumes to how survivable it was. Yeah, good.
So real quick, this is the second level of Doom 2 right here, and for some reason, this segment is flipped.
Huh. Wait, doesn't Doom
Yeah.
take place on the moon of Mars, not Mars itself?
Yes, Doom 1, the first part takes place on Phobos, the second on Deimos, and then the third in Hell. So this level is interesting because it is the previous Argent facility level, but destroyed, like from the explosion at the tower, so everything's messed up.
Do you still go through it in the same direction, or is it a little path different?
I feel like they did it very well. What they did is that the open... because Argent Facility was one of the open-ended levels.
Right.
The majority of the open-ended part is still explorable, but, a little different. However, it's not completely explorable. It's usually... I think all of the interior areas are locked off, but there are some new pathways through what has already been. So, and there isn't that much to find in the open segment from the previous level. You can go pretty quickly into a new interior area, and from then on, it's all new.
I see.
But you can explore around and find a little bit of stuff in an area you've been to, and it looks different now.
So, what do we have here? Something. Oh, nothing. So those demons you were shooting at.
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database.
That's stupid.
Level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
Jeez.
I'll bring the tram power online.
Not like they have to be conservative about their space.
That's true.
There is a security station nearby.
There is advantages to being able to quarantine different labs by spreading them out like that.
But yeah, you were saying?
Oh, yes, the demons you were shooting at way off in the distance. Can you actually hit those?
I mean, I think I was hitting them, but I don't think you can kill them. Okay, so this combat encounter, I don't play 100% because I'm trying to get an airborne kill on the Revenant. Jump up.
While he's in the air.
Just
huh?
jump.
I hate that.
But yeah, this is actually one plot point that I'm not entirely clear on. They're like, hey, we've been studying the Helix Stone for like years and we haven't found anything. Maybe if you look at it, you'll find something.
I mean, it does seem related to Doomguy, so...
But then it's not just the idea of it, but also like when we get there, there's a few things that I'm not entirely clear on.
I'll get a good look at it.
We'll get to that,
when it
I think,
happens,
next time.
So, actually, I might wait for the music to die down before I bring up this thing I noticed lately. Also, it was brought to my attention that got some nose whistle going on in a previous playthrough. And just know that that has been the bane of my existence ever since I started doing this stuff. I don't know if I need nasal surgery or what, but it's definitely obnoxious, and I know it. I don't know. I'm going to have a sleep study done on Friday, so we'll see.
Yeah, we just we're still fairly new to the whole Let's Play thing, especially this current incarnation. So just little by little.
I just gravitate towards my mic because I think it'll sound better, and in some ways it does, but in other ways not so much. If I was wearing 2 nasal strips, I might be okay, but that's kind of annoying. Did the encounter end, or?
Yeah, it's over. I killed everything.
Okay, so I started playing Power World. This is known. I brought this up. And I started playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I noticed something. All crafting systems are basically the same. It's like, and it's weird that even in a game that's basically Animal Crossing with Disney has this problem where you're like, you got your pickaxe, you got your thing, you got your wood, you got your stone, you got your metal. It's like, I don't know, it feels like annoyingly derivative at some point. Like, can we please get an original
crafting systems?
Like, can we at least get a crafting system that's different? Like, if we're gonna keep doing this, can we innovate, please? Like, the loop is tired, and Minecraft started it decades ago.
Yeah, I find crafting is another one of those AAA checkboxes that they just throw into every single game, like co-op and loot, that I do not understand the appeal. It's another thing along with loot that maximizes the amount of time spent micromanaging garbage and sifting through menus. I hate games that where you're just in menus all the time.
Yeah, because there's ways to make it more diegetic where at least it's nice, but I think Dead Rising and BioShock got it right, because Dead Rising is like, you can craft stuff. The things you can craft are sick weapon combos. That's fun. And BioShock, you can craft cool weapon mods. So it's like, honestly, my least favorite thing in that game is the hacking minigame. Did not love that. BioShock, I mean. I've never actually played Dead Rising, so I'm kind of a hypocrite saying this, but I like the idea of what I see, if that makes sense.
So last time we had a rune trial that was very similar to this, but we were killing demons along the way.
You made it.
And I know I mentioned this last time, but I accidentally muted myself through a lot of that, so I was explaining nothing. Yeah. But yeah, I think I forgot to mention that the problem last time was that at the very end I hit the last imp from too far away, so I didn't have enough time. So this second time I just shot it closer, and then I was able to finish.
Yep. Honestly, in-flight mobility is probably one of my go-tos, because having more control is hard to give up.
Everyone raves on in-flight mobility. I never use it.
I think it's just because I'm a klutz, so I need all the momentum I can get.
It might be good, but I there's always one that I want more than it.
That's what's
Now-
fun about games like this. You get different play styles.
Yeah. So finding this secret like naturally, it always feels like I have to glitch it out. Right there, I just followed a guide on exactly where to jump off.
Yeah. I gotta give this game credit. Nothing feels like you're breaking the game, really. Unlike some games, like Ukulele, which feels like the level design was a suggestion. It'd be like, you know, the Knuckles can jump forever meme from Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Imagine a game where that's not only you're able to do that far easier, but it's both expected and designed for, but not in a way that feels good. In a way that feels like it's
just completely directionless.
well, yeah, it's like because the level design feels like a bunch of Unity like just floating islands, except for the swamp level. That's the funny part. Like that was the closest to feeling like a Banjo-Kazooie level. Like there's something to be said for boxing in your levels diegetically rather than just having them float nowhere in space.
Yeah.
I don't know how to like. I think Galaxy, when I had like say like the Honey Hive Galaxy, like any level where it was just open like that, like I don't know, like sure you're in space, so that was fine, but a game like that, I'll never stop being disappointed about that game. I hate to say, like everybody was just so excited that the original Rareware team was coming back, and they could not stick the landing. Well,
Oh,
here
disappointed
comes the
about
team.
Ukulele.
Yeah, it just, man, I can't think of a good. It'd be like, I don't know. What's a series you loved that fell off really hard?
Bayonetta, Batman Arkham.
Yeah.
I mean, the Arkham, not Arkham. It was the developers that fell off.
Right. I think that's not even right. It's more like it didn't fall off as much as they were great. They came in, they left, never to make another game again like that. That's more what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I can't think of a good comparison.
I mean, I guess there's Sly. It
That's
did get a
true.
fourth game, but
That's true. So yeah, it'd be like if there was a spiritual successor to Sly by the original developers, and it just claimed to be like a return,
Mighty
and then
Number
it just-
9. There you go.
and then it just came in like a wet fart. Yeah, Mighty Number 9. Like, okay, at least Ukulele was respectfully trying its best. I'll give it that much credit. But Mighty Number 9, like, I've never seen something that mean-spiritedly. Like, yes, I'm giving too much credence to the, oh, nice, that was sick. To the, like, an anime kid on prom night or something. Like, that
yes.
alone put a bad enough taste in my mouth that I'm like, oh, gosh. Why would you say that?
You do realize that your game is anime, or at the very least is trying to be a property that
Yeah.
was anime. Yeah, I guess that you could also say Shenmue 3. It was the same series, but, you know, they tried to recapture something that can arguably not be recaptured.
Speaking of things you can't recapture, I keep seeing like Onion-style articles saying like Sonic fans enthralled at the possibility of watching a child die on screen in the next movie or something like that.
Seeing the resurgence of Maria Robotnik in memes, even as someone who no longer counts himself as a Sonic fan, has been great.
Like, here's the thing. If they don't at least imply it like they did in Sonic Adventure 2, what's the point? Like, they have to at least imply that she died. Like,
It's central to Shadow's backstory.
I mean, sure, this is their chance to change Shadow's backstory, but
You don't want to change
why would
it
you do that?
much.
Like, that's the problem. Like, anytime Shadow appears in anything outside main canon now, it's weird because he has no explanation. He has no backstory. He's just this guy. Because, well, like the Sonic
I feel
Boom
like he's
cartoon.
suffering from Vader syndrome, where the real life perception of the character has seeped so far in that it's affecting the way he's written.
It just sucks because we, like, it feels like we're being gaslit as fans because we've seen Shadow be, like, decently written. Like, he was fun in Heroes. Like, he knew how to be a team player. He was amazing in Sonic 06. So just to have, like, I don't know, reading the comics has just been, like, painful for that reason. It's just like, oh, man.
This is what we've been missing all this time?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh.
It's jerk-ass Homer, but it's jerk,
okay. The
except
comics
it's
mess him
dumbass
up.
Shadow. Yeah, it's just, it's like Shadow is not this stupid. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't know who gives these mandates. Somebody at Sega. It's like the mandates of like Sonic can't be shown crying. He can't be shown being sad or too emotional. And it's just like, well, then you don't have the ability to write good stories if your main character can't, like, get upset.
Show an entire, very critical emotion.
Right. So it's just like, I feel bad for Ian Flynn. You can tell he wants to do better, but he has, like, an arm tied behind his back. And for what he's done, it's pretty miraculous. Oh, well. I have a friend who got me kind of into the Sonic comics. I never really read them, but just hearing about them, I'm like, man, Archie and Fleetway sound insane.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Come on. No. I'll get him next time.
Well, the YouTube, or the Vine Sauce charity stream was today. Well, the upload of it, anyway. I have yet to watch it, but my fingers are crossed that Big Dip on a Bus gets mentioned at least, because I feel like that guy's been, I don't know, an up-and-comer, and it's always funny, like, I posted on some website, I'm like, oh, like, B3313 looks amazing. Vinny needs to play this, Joel needs to play this. Oh yeah, Big Dip on a Bus needs to play, or at Simple Flips, and I mentioned Big Dip on a Bus at the end. And then a couple videos later, I watching a video of his, he's like, yeah, I was on this forum, and just out of the blue, some random person mentions me, and it's like, nobody knows who I am, what the heck? So that made me feel kind of happy. That guy deserves more.
All right, there we
respect.
go. Now the super shotgun is
it.
crazy overpowered.
This is the double, like, you can shoot really fast, right?
You can shoot twice before having to reload, and each shot only uses up one shotgun shell instead of two.
Magnificent.
Essentially, it's like somewhere between doubling and quadrupling its effectiveness.
Right, because the rate of fire has gone up, but also the ammo depletion has gone down, so...
And its effectiveness per shot has stayed the same. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this level always trips me up because there's an area that I think is outside here that I have to do first. No, you loop back around to it later. So I think I cut past a little bit of me wandering around to areas I've already shown here. But yeah, there's really not that much to actually find in this area. It's mostly more waves of enemies to kill, so you can get more of those combat points in the top right there. That's a good one. In the air from behind.
Yeah.
So I think you asked me this a while back, but what's your least favorite weapon in 2016?
Right, okay. It's definitely the plasma rifle. I don't understand. It feels like I can't get a good sense of how much damage I'm doing. And the gun just, it feels like a fart gun. You're, like, I'm sure it's good. It's just, 9 times out of 10, it's always my emergency gun. Not to
Yeah, I
mention,
also find that, yeah.
just other guns take plasma energy eventually, so eventually I just stopped using it entirely.
Yeah, the Gauss cannon also uses that ammo type, and it's more useful. I will also say that the design of the gun itself is fairly stock. It's just kind of a sci-fi gun. They had absolutely the right idea in Doom Eternal to use the classic Doom design for it, and they made a couple of other changes that make it a lot more satisfying to use.
It's a pinky!
Hello. They can
You know,
turn
it was,
harder than
oh
you
my
think.
gosh! That took one shot from the, oh my gosh! How overpowered is this weapon?
It's the super shotgun, my friend. So long as you hit it in the back.
Right, but it looked like you shot it from the front and it still died. I didn't get the double super shotgun ability till a lot later. So I struggled a lot with the pinkies.
So right there, there was a soldier behind me that smacked me, and then I shot the siege mode, and it killed him too.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, this thing is insane.
Wow. It's like my cat with a ribbon.
That demon seems to have taken your keycard. You will need to find it. The tram station will not be accessible without proper clearance.
You know, Vega, for a sentient AI that could override these things, you're not being very helpful.
On the other hand, if they gave him too much control, we're running headlong into like a GLaDOS situation.
Oh. Oh, I see, you said that, and I thought for sure that you were talking about Doom Guy just wrecking the place.
No, I'm like, you know, maybe we don't give the AI complete control
Yeah.
over everything in the facility.
Frankly, from what I understand, Vega's a pretty chill guy.
He is, but, like, I'm sure they would have said the same thing about Skynet.
Yeah. Why did Skynet have that keyboard and monitor setup? Were they stupid? I think they were stupid. It's like...
In which movie?
So, you know the Terminator movies better than I do.
I have only seen 1 and 2.
Okay. Well, in one of the ones where they're in the future and they have to, like, stop the machines, they go to, like, a machine headquarters base thing, and they have, like, an interface that's, like, keyboard and mouse and screen, and it's just like, the machines wouldn't do this if for no other reason.
Why would they have a human interface
Yeah,
device?
exactly. Just because you have humanoid passing, like, cyborgs doesn't, or androids, doesn't mean you would, like, accommodate them in that way. Like, that's just dumb. That'd be like if R2-D2 had to type on a keyboard.
I mean, if it was a system that was intended for humans and there was no other way to access it, then that would make sense. But
Right,
for a
but
computer
this place was
designing a
built.
system for other computers,
Yeah, this was built from the ground up, I'm pretty sure. Granted, I might just be going off of, like, YouTubers talking about something hearsay. I don't know, it just reminds me of that. But, yeah. And yet I'm reminded that Neuralink now exists, and I really hope the guy that has it in his brain is going to be okay, because Elon Musk's track record for early starters does not have a great track record. That being said, I could lead to a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the potential, but you also have to worry about the potential.
Well, the incredible moral implication or ethical implications alone gets weird. I died quite a few times to this fight. It's burned in my brain so well, the layout of this stupid place. Wow, you're just really melting them. Speaking of medical stuff, though, as some of you might know, I only got one working eye, but they've recently, a couple months ago, did the first complete eye transplant successfully, which is very exciting. The problem is, though they were able to attach the optic nerve and show that it was receiving signals, the person couldn't actually see anything yet, and it could take a while. So
I just want to point out right there.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
You're good. You're good.
That was a Mancubus and 2 Pinkies, and it took 2
gosh.
siege mode shots. And the Pinkies it was their front armor, so yeah. If you say that the siege mode isn't overpowered in this game, I love this game, but no, it absolutely is.
Hey, it's a guy. Yeah. But yeah, with most medical stuff, more research is needed. So, nice. Honestly,
we've nearly gotten our other most overpowered option fully upgraded.
Yes. I really expected them to just hook a camera to the brain before they figured out the optic nerve, because that's the way it had been going for a long time. I mean, they've done that. It's just not very good. Ooh. Those actually have quite a bit of knockback.
I will admit that I probably survived there thanks to the in-flight mobility rune.
So you basically have to shoot while you're in the air, right? To get that
Get a
bonus.
kill while airborne to level that one up, yeah. I think that should have counted, but it didn't.
Does it have to be with the seat? No, it doesn't.
Because I thought that airborne glory kills counted. So right there, I'm trying to pick up as many ammo things as possible for the other rune.
Right.
Yeah, this is the point where you got a lot of upgrades going, and you're trying to be efficient in getting all of them up.
You know, come to think of it, I think a large reason why I may not have leveled up or utilized some of these runes properly is that I never found the rune trials in the first place. I did
some
not
of them are pretty
100%
hidden.
This game. I remember this room.
The mastery for this one is ridiculously easy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, once you've purchased both of them, all you need to do is kill 4 or more demons during a single mobile turret deploy 5 times.
That's just easy if there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, like you just have to... It's not like you have to do it within a certain time frame. Just keep the mobile turret out.
Seeing that chainsaw reminds me of an episode of Kirby Right Back At Ya, where DDD is going through wispy woods, just killing trees right and left with his laser chainsaw. And I have to wonder if there's a version of that scene in Japan where it's just a normal chainsaw and 4Kids censored it. They sure love doing that. But it didn't stop us from getting Kirby with a gun. Which was great.
Oh, so that wasn't just perfect Kirby.
Oh, no. There's a scene where... let's see, what was it? If I recall, I think it's the second episode. He's basically you know, he's new to town, has nowhere to live, needs a job, so they try to set him up with a couple things. Let's see, yeah, the police chief tries to, ooh, that was cool. The police chief tries to take him on as a little deputy, and DDD sabotages that by just dropping an AK-47 into Kirby's hands. There were no survivors.
I think that wasn't my first attempt at that rune trial. It might have been.
It looked really smooth.
Easily the hardest part is the pinky, but if you can get a clear shot at his backside and get him, then you're golden.
Man, now I'm thinking about how Perfect Kirby 4 never came out.
Yeah, well.
Whatever happened to those guys? I should look them up. I had grandiose dreams once of I wanted to make a live-action Perfect Kirby, but that would require me to find people willing to actually help me with that, aka I definitely wanted to have like Joanna Dark and the other humans be actual people.
That was bullcrap. I totally got that one. It's just that one of the missiles... Oh. Finally got it. Okay, so... real quick before, I think one of the missiles set off the engineer and he killed the other two, so it technically didn't count on the missiles. But if you take out the Cacodemon's eye, he'll do that and shoot blindly for a second and then spontaneously blow up.
Yeah, I've never seen that death before.
I kept trying to do it, but it wasn't until right then that I finally did it. I think I kept trying to do it with the heavy assault rifle here. But right there, I got it with the Gauss cannon.
My brain keeps thinking these things look like the Eye of Saruman. Because they kind of do.
A little bit.
But I realize it's really just like a shard of material that's emanating Argent energy.
Yeah, there's lore about it, how basically these were the predecessors to the Argent accumulator, and they're completely obsolete now.
That's good, because we need them.
Yeah. Yeah, right there, got the mastery for the missiles, so now they're bottomless.
Yeah. Honestly, having unlimited ammo with that is also pretty busted. Not as busted as the mobile turret infinite ammo, but nothing can compare to that in damage output. Except for the BFG, but that's the BFG. And even then, the BFG is just a shoot it and go. You don't have the sustained damage.
Yeah. So we're using a haste power-up here, and I think I've used it before, but it's pretty good. It increases, I believe, your firing speed, so it does impact your DPS.
Oh, wow. I remember using the super shotgun with this and just, like, making my trigger finger sore by just spamming the heck out of it. Because you can go so fast.
I could imagine someone who hasn't quite gotten all of the overpowered options finding this fight pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody had that problem. Looks around guiltily. It's the key card. How that Pinky died is anyone's guess. Like, really, how did this Pinky die?
As you were, gentlemen. I can only assume that he ran into other demons.
Send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
Vega, are my parents gonna get a divorce? Okay, that joke's not even. Yeah, no. Nobody's shipping any of these characters. Unless...
Someone is, but I don't think anyone is really into it.
Yeah.
That's actually a thing that's interesting to me. I would say that Doom is probably the franchise that I can think of with like the least to do with any kind of romantic relationship. Like even kid-friendly stuff, they'll be like, oh, you know, there'll be moms and dads and like, you know, cute little. There's none of that here.
The only thing is the love of a man and his guns. Sergeant Johnson would be proud. I miss Sergeant Johnson, man. Like, it's,
all right,
it's
there
amazing. 343. What'll make Halo better? What if we kill off one of the most beloved characters? Okay, that's strange. I don't know why you would do that. How about we do it a second time? Although, to be fair,
I mean, it wasn't 343
that
that killed Johnson.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's time for Das Bus.
The tram is now ready to depart. The UAC's Advanced Research Complex will be our final destination.
All right.
And away we go.
Yes, we will be storming Olivia's lab next time.